Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position because Formula One has gone nuclear. We are in for one hell of a whirlwind ride, guys. I think for the rest of this season, it's unbelievable. The drama, the tension, the conflict already. We've just approached halfway. Let's get into it.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move he's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from fifth all the way to the lead in lap one.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter. Walsh. I didn't think this actually existed on planet Earth. We do have the Dark Lord of the Sith, ladies and gentlemen, in Formula One. We've got Darth Vader and the Emperor themselves in the paddock, in the pit lane and pit garages. And on the other hand, we've got Luke Skywalker, the Jedis, and at the moment, it's a sad thing to see, the dark side's kicking the Jedi's ass. So guys, today we're on about the Hungarian Grand Prix and the preview, what to expect. But before we get into that, let's look at the backstory here before we talk about what's happened already this year. I mean, it's unbelievable. The Dark Lord of the Sith, Max Verstappen, he was dominating all throughout the start of the year, and now all of a sudden he's lost pace. And he's struggling, guys. He is struggling. Then we have McLaren, Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri. These two boys are showing some pace now out of nowhere. I mean, you'd wonder, where is this coming from? Not only that, Ferrari were good at the start of the season. Now they're struggling. Now we have Mercedes with Hamilton and Russell. 2 race wins in the last 2 races for Mercedes. Russell takes the win in Austria, and Hamilton takes the win in Silverstone. This has been one hell of a year, guys. And if you couldn't write this in a movie. This is unbelievable. And halfway through, what the hell are we in store for the rest of the season? Now, yes, as we all know, or many of you know, Max Verstappen has over 80 points of a lead in the World Championship for now. Now, guys, I know that sounds like a hell of a lot at the moment, right? And it is. It is. And especially that he had a DNF, a did not finish. Now, at the same time, guys, with the fact that Max Verstappen has had a DNF, which was an huge shock to the system, that Red Bull would actually have a retirement in a race, it's unbelievable. Then it was another shock having McLaren and Mercedes and Ferrari lose. It's almost like some of them are taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Then these guys over here are taking 4 steps forward and 0 steps back. It's just unreal. Oh, guys, we're in for some hell of a showdown here for the rest of the season. 3, maybe 4 teams that can actually have a chance to win the championship. Now, it is looking very good for Verstappen because he can sit out the next 3 races and he'd still be in the lead of the championship. Even if Lando Norris came along and won the next 3 races and had 3 fastest laps, he's still in the lead. But this is far from over. But this tension is building and building. And guys, this is a moment of lessons that Lando Norris will never forget for the rest of his life. This will haunt this man for the rest of this year. Like we said, we're just over halfway. Lando Norris has to prove that he's got some grit, he's got some balls, because he cannot back down. This is like, guys, you can all relate to this. We've always had that schoolyard bully, right? Or someone has bullied us in our life at every now and then. And if you don't stand up to that bully, that person will keep on going. And you will just sink with your soul. Now, here's the thing. Lando Norris has backed down already. Now, maybe he's had a week's break and he's going to be thinking about this. And then there's the break coming up for in August, and maybe he'll reflect and pond. And just maybe the fact that you could see at Silverstone, he's pissed off, right? He even came on camera again and he said, oh, well, look, we should have won this today. We should have won this today. Maybe this guy just needs that last little push over the edge to get him angry. We want to see this guy angry Take the fight to Max Verstappen. Don't lay down. This is one of those moments that will define his life even after he finishes racing. This type of thing, he'll always look and break this down as, oh God, am I a pussy? Right? And this it will haunt him. It will haunt him. He's got to stand up to the bully. Luke Skywalker's got to face Darth Vader here, lads. And not only that, guys, to add to the drama and tension, there's even a couple of more stories here, right? Just throwing it in the mix. And we're going to get to the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're going to look at the track, etc., break it all down, and we're going to go from there. But this is just adding it, stirring the pot here again, guys. Did you know Magnussen is leaving Haas? Another spanner in the works. He was with them for 7 years in Formula 1, and he's left. Now they're bringing in Behrman, which is obviously great for him, but why are they getting rid of Magnussen? He's a great, great driver, old school, but it just goes to show you guys that, wow, where are they going with this? As we know, Haas have announced Ollie Behrman will make his full-time racing debut with the team in 2025. And now they're even saying that Esteban Ocon could be joining the team. Now, there's a couple of whispers and rumors around the pit lane, right? And look, that happens. But at the same time, here's where, again, it's blowing my mind. Toto Wolff, the Mercedes team boss, is Esteban Ocon's manager. Now, why in God's name would Toto Wolff not have his boy in at Mercedes next year? This doesn't add up. Ocon's been around for a few years. He's got good experience under his belt. Toto manages him. He can do a fairly good job. So why not bring him in the mix in Mercedes? It's not adding up here, guys. This is like musical chairs here. And the song has stopped for this guy. Magnussen, yeah, he's out. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to find out probably in the next few weeks, I would say. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe longer, maybe shorter. We could even find out this weekend at the Hungarian Grand Prix what's going on. But Esteban Ocon going to Haas, that doesn't add up to me. It really doesn't. Especially with that whole Toto Wolff background. I don't get it. And not only that, we've got here we go again now. Just to add it in, as much as this annoys me, we got more drama. Now the British. Now guys, look, in one way, I love the way you get behind your drivers. I really do. I think it's actually it's very cool. That's the word. Because look, I'm Irish, and I even know that, unfortunately, a lot of us Irish, not all of us, and we're known for this. Irish people will tell you that we can be a nation of begrudgers. If somebody does well, you get knocked down by other people. And it sucks, man. It really does. But the British, at least they get behind their boys. And we've got Julian Palmer here now talking about that, oh, well, this is the start of many more races to come for Mercedes. Guys, we've got to just calm down a little bit here. Mercedes are looking good, right? I'm not denying this. But it's like McLaren that I've been speaking about the last few weeks. These guys at Mercedes have got to make sure they've got a very well-balanced car. Now, they were going very, very well at Silverstone, high-speed track. And it's a smooth track, which was the key to keeping that overheating that they're struggling with out of the game. Now they're going to Hungary. This is a completely different setup here, guys. And this is why it's so dramatic, because now we're going to see. It's the complete opposite end here now for Mercedes. If they can get their car going around the Hungaroring track, this karting track is like this track is like a karting track, guys. It's twisty, left, right, bang on, slamming on the brakes, down. It's like driving a rocket around a car park. Okay, it's a tough track. So this is the last ultimate test for Mercedes. I mean, there's so much at stake here. It's incredible for a lot of the teams. But we're going to be getting answers this weekend at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So, guys, now back to the main point. This is just extra bonus for us. How does Lando Norris bring the fight to Max Verstappen this weekend? let's take a look at the track. Here it is, guys, the Hungaroring, the Hungarian Grand Prix. The first Grand Prix was in 1986. Now it's going to be a 70-lap race, 4.3 kilometers circuit length. The race distance is going to be 306 kilometers. Lap record in 2020, 1:16.6. Now, we'll see what happens this weekend, but guys, we're going to show you some footage here. This track is very karting-esque track. You got turn 1, 2, 3, they're tight, twisty. You're slamming on the throttle, and then 2 minutes later, you're banging on the brakes. This is a tough track, guys. Definitely, I think for this year, the way the cars are going, turn 5 is the key. This is where Norris is really going to have to capitalize here to get an advantage on Max Verstappen. If you get through turn 5, you keep the speed up, that's keeping the momentum up. Keep the car nice and smooth, and then you run up into this chicane, 6, 7, and then through 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 12, and then to 13. Now, I wouldn't be treating this corner for Norris. He's not going to be treating the turn 5 all the way through up to turn 13 as one bend, but it is so important that you keep the speed up. From going through turn 5, if they make one slight mistake in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, especially that part, if they make one little mistake, they're scrubbing off speed and they're going to lose time. It could be a tenth, half a tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths. We don't know yet, but this is so important because getting out of 5, keeping that momentum up, once they go through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these drivers should know how to take these corners anyway. There's no rocket science here. So at the same time, what's the build up to this sequence of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? So if you get turn 5 good, you're setting yourself up for the rest of the track. So it's all game on for Lando Norris, guys. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He needs to start winning races, and Max Verstappen needs to have retirements. So, it's going to get ugly, guys. I really think we're in for one hell of an ending at this year. Max Verstappen has been dirty driving. Yes, he has. And, we just got to accept that that's the way it is because everybody else is accepting the way it is. But are they going to do it? For us, we can't do much. We just got to see what happens. But something tells me these two boys for the rest of this year, including this weekend, could end up in the gravel trap together and huge carnage. Talk to you Monday, guys.
Walsh running the Irish crane, and look at the move he's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from 5th all the way to the lead in lap 1.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter Walsh.